How's it going, Varsity Club? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're talking about where will Tom Brady play in the year 2020. Now before we hop into that, I want to remind you guys that I'm running a big contest. If by June 11th of this year, which is my birthday, if we hit 300,000 subs by that point, which we're a little less than 100K away from that, I'll be giving 2 lucky people $500 each. That sounds like a pretty good deal. So if you haven't subbed, make sure you sub. That's all you got to do. Be a subscriber. If we hit 300K by June 11th, giving away some big prizes. But there's been so many stories that have come out about Tom Brady over the past few days. Reportedly, the Patriots want to offer him $30 million to play one more season. That's kind of insane. The Chargers are interested, the Raiders are interested, even Tampa Bay is interested. And to be honest, there are so many teams that could use Tom Brady even at 43. His arm strength really isn't there, but the dude is one of the smartest and most prepared quarterbacks of all time. So what we're doing in today's video is we're going to sim a season with the Patriots to see how his team ultimately does. We're going to try one with the Raiders, with the Chargers, and with Tampa Bay. Ultimately, the plan is to see what team is the best fit for Tom Brady in 2020. But I want to know from you guys down below in the comments, should Tom Brady stay in New England? Should he go somewhere else? Should he even try a team that is different than one that I'm listing in this video right now? I need to know what you think. The best comment, I'll probably pin it, and let's go ahead and jump into the video. So if we check out the roster for the Patriots, Tom Brady has dropped, wow, significantly. He was pretty high up, but they have him as an 83 overall at 43 years of age, which, to be honest, I hope that I'm rated that high in anything I do in life at 43 years of age. But Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Mason, Kyle Van Noy, Donta Hightower, David Andrews are all sort of in the top upper echelon, and Brady is just outside of that. I don't really think they added a ton this season. I mean, they kept their starting running backs, their fullback, their wide receivers seem to be pretty much the same. N'Keal Harry should be interesting for them this upcoming season, probably playing in the slot a little bit for them, but they have Red Ellison as their tight end. Not a lot to be happy about. So with the halfway point of the season for the Patriots, things are actually not bad. They're 5-2 on the year. They're feeling pretty good, but let's see how Tom Brady's performing from a personal level. So even though the Tom Brady is an 83 overall, that he's 43 years of age, the dude is having one of his better seasons in the past little 5 to 10 years, in my opinion. Right now, he's got almost 2,000 yards passing. He's third in the NFL. He's got 17 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. Again, we talked about how smart the dude is, about his decision making. Even at 43, he's still got it. So he's doing really well. His team is doing well. Let's go ahead and see what they're doing come playoff time. So the Patriots started out 5-2 in the first half, and they finished the season ending up 10-6. They're playing the wild card round, which not exactly ideal for Tom Brady and his team. But before we jump into the game, again, let's check his stats, see how he finished. Is he close to the MVP or anything of that nature? This dude doesn't age. I'm telling you, 4,500 yards passing, leads the NFL. 45 touchdowns, I'm pretty sure he leads the NFL. And only 5 interceptions. Unbelievable. At 43 years of age, 20 years in the league, the dude just puts up numbers like no one can believe. And I gotta say, this is disrespectful. Ryan Tannehill got the MVP. I'm sure Tannehill ran a little bit here and there, but his team was 9-7. Tom Brady had a 1-game better record, put up significantly better passing yards. We know Tom Brady's not running, but to give Tannehill the MVP is kind of crazy, Madden. Tom Brady is also going to walk out of here with the Offensive Player of the Year award, which again is weird that he could win that award over Ryan Tannehill, but not win the MVP over Ryan Tannehill. I don't understand. And to top it off, the Best Quarterback award also goes to Tom Brady. And guess who he beat? Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. So with the wildcard playoff round being here, we're going to go ahead and sim that in real time and see if Tom Brady and the Patriots can win. Good news for Patriots fans. He won that one, but now the Cleveland Browns, they've turned things around. They're in the playoffs now. They're 10-6. All their guys are healthy. Baker Mayfield's being a competent quarterback again. Can Tom Brady take down the Cleveland Browns? The answer is no. Time for Tom Brady to retire. So to give us some level of measurement, Tom Brady, after this final season where they're forcing him to retire, ends up with a legacy score of 36,398. He loses in the divisional round. Let's see what he can do in a couple other places. So now that we've seen what Tom Brady can do in New England, we're going to try him out here in Oakland. I get it. He's wearing number 5. He's not wearing number 12. It's not my problem. It's Madden's. I literally can't edit his jersey number. You got to deal with it for right now. Just use your imagination that you moved the things around and 5 turned it into 12. It's no big deal. So just like New England, we finished the Super Bowl in that previous season. We go into the next season, and Tom Brady is on a brand new team. He is now a member of the Oakland Raiders at an 83 overall, the same that he was when he was in New England. Overall, this team's pretty solid. They got Kendall Fuller, Tom Brady, quarterback, Derek Carr backing him up, Josh Jacobs, Gus Edwards, and their running backs. Fullbacks don't matter. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Wide receiver, they have Tyrell Williams. They have Zay Jones, Hunter Renfro, Derwin Bond, which is a rookie they just drafted with 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and Anthony Ratliff Williams, who somehow is rated lower than that rookie. Kind of tough. And then at tight end, they have Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, and Nick Vannett. Some okay weapons there on offense. Not exactly anything crazy, but when he was in New England, he didn't really have anything great either. At the midway point of the season, the Raiders are 4-4, which is not exactly what we saw from New England. We can go ahead and upgrade, it looks like, Tom Brady. So he has one upgrade thing available. We're gonna probably go, I think for him, I think we want to upgrade his arm. Like, his arm is a little bit of a noodle right now. He goes to an 84 overall. He's gonna get +1 to play action, throw accuracy mid, and 2 for throw under pressure. There's some work to be done here. What's interesting, though, is that Tom Brady is thrown for a little bit more yards than what he threw for when he was playing New England. He also has more touchdowns, and I think fewer interceptions. I think he had maybe 5, or maybe it was 3. Can't remember. But he is just behind Jacoby Brissett. He's a little bit ahead of Lamar Jackson there. And again, at 22 touchdowns, he should be tops of the league, I believe. Yeah, he's tops of the league, +3 over Baker Mayfield and Teddy Bridgewater, who's now the guy in New Orleans. And interestingly enough, there is no Ryan Tannehill to be above him in the MVP voting. I think the voters are pretty much saying, look, Tom Brady, we get it. Not a lot of talent on this roster. You were leading them to the promised land, but you got to do better than 4-4 if you want to make those playoffs. Unfortunately for Tom Brady and the Raiders, this experiment did not work out. They did not make the playoffs. We have no idea what their actual standings were. I don't believe we can actually view those. Oh, maybe we can. Okay, so the Browns were 15-1, which is kind of crazy. Panthers were up there. The Raiders, how close were they? At 9-7, they just barely missed out on getting into the playoffs. Niners were 10-6. Seahawks were 11-5. So they were a hair or so away from getting out. But let's go ahead and see what Tom Brady did statistically this season. So unfortunately, Madden has a really annoying glitch where we can't see anything that player did at the end of the season. Like, you don't get to see him at all. So because he's now retiring, you're gonna get to see his numbers, which is unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. What's actually interesting, though, to point out is that the best quarterback in the AFC went to Ray McLeod, a random rookie that was drafted by the Patriots after Tom Brady left. So Tom might have left and tried to find greener pastures for a Super Bowl, but Patriots kind of found their next Tom Brady. And then our final test was the legacy score. He got 36,232 when he was in New England. He had 36,398. So again, didn't impact his legacy the way that he wanted. It's unfortunate. On to the next one. So far, the Patriots have been the best team for Tom Brady to stay. We looked at what he did with the Raiders, and that didn't even work out because they didn't even make the playoffs. The Chargers, though, are a team that have a couple of different weapons. A good running back, a really, really good receiver. Possibly one of the best receivers he's had in his career since the days of Randy Moss when they lost in the Super Bowl. But I think there's positivity. I think there's some opportunity here. Let's check his roster just to verify. So again, Keenan Allen at 28, as long as he stays healthy, is going to be really good for him. He's got a good defense here with Bosa, Hayward Jr., Desmond King, Derwin James, a good tight end in Hunter Henry because, you know, he's missing Gronk like crazy. Melvin Ingram, Melvin Gordon. I mean, there's a lot of talent here. Can Tom Brady get it done with the Chargers? Let's find out. So we've hit the bye week for the Chargers, and they are literally 2-5-1. Not exactly ideal. Can Tom Brady get this team back? Well, to do that, we need to go ahead and upgrade this guy because he desperately needs that. So as you can tell, he's lost a lot of his abilities. I mean, look at what he has left. He has pro reads, pocket lead, hot route master, and clutch. He doesn't have his 90 overall ability or his 95 because obviously he's no longer even close to that. We're going to upgrade his strong arm because it fits their scheme, but he's going to need a whole lot more than just getting up to an 84 overall to help this team turn it around. Now, something to note here is that Melvin Gordon has actually been injured for 5 weeks. I think that is severely impacting their ability to get wins. We'll see if Tom can carry them. He's a little old, but let's check his personal stats to see how he's doing without his #1 running back. So from a yardage standpoint, it hasn't been horrible for Tom Brady. Right now, Matt Ryan is leading the league with 2,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Tom Brady's actually behind Jimmy Garoppolo in passing, which, sorry, 49er fans, you never want to see that. So right now, he has 1,947 yards, 11 touchdowns. Again, not bad numbers. The interceptions, however, are not exactly ideal. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky has less interceptions than Tom Brady. Yeah, this is a little troublesome right now. So just like the Raiders, the Chargers could not get the job done. We're going to check and see how they ended up performing, but Tom Brady is heading into retirement with a team that could not make the playoffs, and despite what he did in the field, it wasn't enough. Your best team in the league was behind Matt Ryan and the Falcons at 13-3. The Ravens, Saints, Browns, Panthers all in your top 5. The Chargers actually didn't do bad, 9-6-1, which means they turned it the heck around there at the end of the season. I'm sure having Melvin Gordon back at one point helped them out overall, but they did not make the playoffs. Things got dicey, and again, Tom Brady on the outside looking in. So again, we don't really have an idea of how Tom Brady performed overall, just because, well, you know, once a player retires, they remove them from every single pool. So statistically, we have to imagine he was probably a little under 4,000 yards passing. The interceptions were not looking good. I would imagine he was in the 15 to 20 range for picks, and touchdowns probably in the 25 to 30, nothing better than that. And the final measure for him was the legacy rating. He had 36,060, which is behind both the Chargers and the Raiders. His third best performance on the third team we've tried. Last team remaining is Tampa Bay. Can he turn that franchise around? I hope it's going better than these other teams, because right now New England is looking like the front runner and he should stay. The final test for Tom Brady. Can he win with Tampa Bay? The only other team that really has been rumored strongly for him right now has been Tampa Bay outside of the other one. So let's see what his roster looks like. Let's see what Tom Brady's ready to do. Let's see if he can turn things around here in Tampa. So again, a great receiver here in Mike Evans. He's a little bit younger than what he had for Keenan Allen in the previous stop. Ali Marpet, 89 overall. Devin McCourty's up there, who actually, I believe, just came from New England and signed with Tampa Bay. Levante David, Shaquille Barrett, Chris Godwin. There is talent across the board here. Tom Brady has got some options. He's got some pieces. Can he get it done? Jameis is still on the roster, by the way, sitting behind him. There's so much money they have tied up in Jameis and Tom Brady right now. It's kind of wild. At halfback, you get Lamar Miller, Ronald Jones II. And then we look at their complete wide receiver core: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, Justin Watson, and Luther Eckert. Really, outside of these top two guys, I don't think Tom Brady's throwing it anywhere else. And then at tight end, you have O.J. Howard, incredibly talented, and behind him, Cameron Brate. Lot of potential here. He's got 4 main targets, 2 a wide receiver, 2 a tight end. See what Tom Brady and Tampa Bay can ultimately do. At the halfway mark, Tampa Bay is undefeated. They are 8-0. Don't believe me? Look at this. Look at the standings right here. Tampa Bay is the #1 team in the league. I am blown away. Maybe it's Bruce Arians being the quarterback whisperer and helping Tom get a little bit of legs out of the last part of his career. Maybe it's being in good weather. You know, Florida has some good weather, except for hurricane season. I don't know, but we're going to upgrade Tom Brady's strong arm capability. He's an 87 overall now because of everything that's been happening. His morale is super high. He gets +3 to throw accuracy mid. This team is going to make the playoffs. They have to win like 2, maybe 3 games tops, and they get it locked in. That is crazy. What's also wild is that Phillip Rivers is still kicking. This man is leading the league with 2,500 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, not so great. But Tom Brady has 2,200 yards, which is, I think, maybe more than what he's had at the halfway point in any stop so far. 26 touchdowns and 3 picks. I believe the most he had touchdown-wise was 22, possibly with the Raiders, but this is kind of wild. 26-3, 8-0. He's leading the league outside of Phillip Rivers having an anomaly right now. This team is for real. So Tampa Bay and Tom Brady finished the season at 14-2. You have got to be kidding me right now. Let's go ahead and see how Tom Brady did ultimately throughout the season, but I'm blown away. So Phillip Rivers and Tom Brady, 2 of the older quarterbacks in the league, ball out so far. And even Aaron Rodgers, who's up there in age, balled out as well. But Brady, a little less than 200 yards shy of 5,000 on the year, 44 touchdowns. I think he's only behind Matt Ryan in this case. He had 7 interceptions. I mean, that is a legendary year. Again, Matt Ryan, the only person to beat him from a touchdown perspective. Tom has got to be the MVP. Now, as we guessed it, Tom Brady is your MVP. Coach of the year goes to Freddie Kitchens of the Browns. They went 15-1. Good Lord. Even though he's not the coach there anymore. On the AFC side, Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar Jackson. On the NFC side, Tom Brady does get the Offensive Player of the Year with Mitchell Trubisky behind him. You know how I feel about that. If we go to Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then Best Quarterback, Tom Brady wins that as well. So Tom Brady balled out this season. Can he get it done in the playoffs and have one final run in the Super Bowl? We're about to find out. So here we are. He's facing Phillip Rivers, who again had the best performance by a quarterback this year from a yardage standpoint. But Tom Brady says, I don't care about that. We're getting him out of here. Next up is the conference championship, 14-2 against the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers also had a really good season, and he defeat him. We're about to find out. They did. They're going to the Super Bowl against the Browns, who were 15-1. So we'll advance to that week. We're going to see if Tom Brady can take down Baker Mayfield and Freddie Kitchens. A 15-1 team, a 14-2 team. Can Tom Brady, at 43 years of age, get the job done? Let's find out if he's a Super Bowl champion. What happened? So we had to go into the league news to find out that Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl 25-22 against the Cleveland Browns. Freddie Kitchens looks super happy. Look at how excited he is. One heck of a smile, Freddie. On the bright side, Tom Brady does finish with the most passing yards in NFL history. He's a little bit shy of 80K. From passing touchdown standpoint, he also has that record by a significant margin. So I don't really think anyone is going to take those from him, but not getting that last Super Bowl, that's going to hurt for Tom Brady. And from a legacy standpoint, he gets the highest one that he's gotten of any of the stops. New England was pretty high, about 36,200 or 300, but he eclipses 37,000 here, 201. 6 Super Bowls, 10 conference championships, and 23 awards. That is incredible for anybody, right? Shout out to Tom Brady for doing what he's done over the course of his career. Whether he goes to New England, goes to, Tampa Bay, the Chargers, or whoever, it's up to him. But if Madden has anything to do with it, Tom Brady belongs in Tampa Bay with the best weapons, the best defense, and they can put a lot of talent around him. New England, it's a safe pick. But honestly, let me know in the comments down below. Is it the best pick? We'll find out.